Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Right? All right, so we are here. We are here. 2 minutes late, but we're here. I don't know why, like when I try to set up ahead of time and just have it all ready, and then when I go live, it'll be like, hey, we're having an issue. So I have to back out and go all the way back in. But that's neither here nor there. We are here. Yo, we're here. My plate, my choice. Welcome to the kitchen. I don't know why y'all just love to be in the kitchen so much, but hey, we getting it done in here. All right. So welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome back to another edition of My Plate, My Choice. Today I want to talk. You guys know I love to talk and cook. Like I just think that's the perfect combination for us as we work here to talk and cook and talk and cook and talk. Right. So while we get into today's topic, which is simply signs and symptoms. All right, signs versus symptoms. That's what I want to talk to y'all about. Signs versus symptoms. All right. So while I'm talking to you guys about signs versus symptoms, I'm gonna get into a simple recipe that is so simple. You guys should probably do it like every week, multiple week. Okay. This is a staple in George's everyday nutrition. Okay. So you don't have to ask me, like, do you really? Yes, I eat this. This is a staple. I eat this probably weekly, couple times a week. Trust me. Okay. All right. So here we go. I do want to talk to you though, before I bring in the other camera. I want to talk to you about signs and symptoms. All right. Because I feel like this is very important for us to understand the difference between signs and symptoms, and for us to understand they're equally important, right? For instance, if as I was cooking here today, and I'll go ahead and bring in the other camera so we can get active. But if I was to give you guys while I was sitting here cooking, right? If I was to give you guys I'm cooking, we're talking, right? And y'all see like the stove catches on fire. Question. How many of you all would start to alert the chat and be like, George, fire. The stove is on the fire. The stove is on fire. George, pay attention, right? Because you see that as a major issue, a major cause of concern, and something that I need to pay attention to. So because I need to pay attention to it, if I'm ignoring it, you guys would do everything you could to get my attention virtually. I would imagine that people who have my phone number would start to call me and be like, hey, listen, turn around, right? Because we see that as a major thing that we need to address. Why don't you guys take your health, address it with the same level of importance? Why don't you guys see your health as equally important? Why don't you look at that and say, hey, I can't, just like you wouldn't ignore a fire in my kitchen or a fire in your kitchen. Why do you keep ignoring symptoms in your body when your body is screaming at you that something's not right? Your body is screaming that something's wrong. Your body is screaming that you're doing something to me that I don't like. And with my supreme intelligence that God created me with, i.e. your body, I am trying to signal and alert you that something's not right. But don't worry about that. We're going to get into it. All right, so listen, I'm going to give you guys a quick recipe today. Now, y'all like Subway? Subway, eat fresh. And for those of y'all, what's up, Auntie? For those of y'all who don't like Subway, right? I know the new wave is to just go to Publix and we get the little Publix wraps. I've never had them, but I know some people. Listen, I know some people that they pull up on Publix for those wraps in a heartbeat. Like they say Publix wraps are the best wraps. All right. So that's cool. And you can go spend that money. But I just want to help you understand this. All right. So these are some thighs that I grilled this morning. Can y'all see how, like, that's one container? That's two containers. Okay. So boom. These two containers is 1 pack of chicken thighs. This isn't 2 packs. This isn't 3 packs. This is 1 pack of chicken thighs that I got. I get the big pack from Walmart. 1 pack of chicken thighs. All right. Big pack. Or is it 2 packs? Did I get 2 packs? I really think it's just 1 pack, though. I don't think I got 2 packs. I think I just grabbed 1 pack of chicken thighs. But even still, let me help you do some math, right? So, Publix chicken, Walmart's chicken thighs, $14, right? Sometimes $15 for the big family pack, right? Now, I'm about to show you this whole meal. This is a $20 meal. You don't believe me, but I'm telling you, this is a $20, I'll say $25 meal. Let's say that. This is a $25 meal that you can eat on. You can make multiple options out of the $125. So you're gonna spend 25, but you probably can eat 10 times off the 25. You don't believe me? I'm gonna show you. Don't worry about it. All right, so you see this. Let's just say 2 packs of chicken thighs. All right, but I think it's one. But even still, let's just go with one. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all how to whip up some wraps, and then for all my chip lovers, I'm gonna give you some from the backside. But listen, while we're doing all that, what are we talking about? Signs versus symptoms. Signs versus symptoms, right? Signs versus symptoms. Oh, let me throw this out to y'all. I wash my hands before I get started. Sometimes I wear gloves, sometimes I don't. But check this out. One of my little buddies at the school was watching the show with his grandmother, not last week because it was the Purpose Live last week. So the week before last week. And he and his grandmother called me and they said, Mr. George, why didn't you wash your hands? Like you were doing all that stuff and you never washed your hands. I said, listen, I washed my hands before the show started, so I just got active. So now I'm telling that with you all, I do wash my hands before I get started, okay? Now that we got that out the way. Signs versus symptoms. Let me give you guys this. And I was reading an article from Brown University, okay? And you guys know what Brown University is known for, all right? So I want to give you this real quick and then we'll get into the recipe. Is it a sign or is it a symptom? In the medical world, a sign is something that can be seen by others. For instance, a rash may be a sign of a skin condition, while an elevated blood sugar level may indicate diabetes. It can be observed or measured by others, including your family or a doctor. That is a sign. Now, a symptom, on the other hand, are only apparent to the person who is experiencing them and cannot be seen or measured, okay? So a symptom is something that only you can see, only you can feel, right? Only you can, I'm trying to go here with that, my bad. A symptom is something that only you can see and only you can feel. So let me ask you this, right? What am I doing? Here we go. Boom. Oh, yeah. Listen, y'all know I love buying things that work for my kitchen. Y'all should get this. This is a chicken shredder. This makes life so much easier. I'm going to show you. If I haven't showed it to you before, I'm going to show it to you, right? So, boom, chicken shredder. So, I grilled these thighs this morning, like I said. Boom. All right, so here you go. Drop those two in there. Come here. Boom. All right, so, but a symptom is something that only you see, only you feel, only you know. And because it is something that only you see and only you know, you don't always feel like you have to share symptoms. You don't always feel like you have to go talk about symptoms. You don't always feel like you have to go see a doctor for symptoms. But symptoms are not your friend, they are your enemy. Symptoms are your body warning you, hey, it's something going on in here. Hey, it's a problem here, right? Hey, it's a problem. Symptoms. So let's think about this. Like, go back to the example that I just gave you guys. As you can see, that's the shredded up chicken, right? Now, if you didn't want to buy, I think this cost me $10, right? So now, if you didn't want to buy this, and when I use a bigger bowl, I really just dump it. I double tap the sides, but because I'm using a smaller bowl and I don't want to dump all of this in there, I'm just going to show you a couple, because I need to do 2 options with this, right? So boom, let's go here, boom. So back to the example though, right? So if you guys noticed that my kitchen was on fire, because you guys noticed it, it wasn't just me, that would be a sign, right? Not a symptom. Now, how crazy would it be for me to sit in my kitchen? Now, I'm the only one here. Jordan's not here. Jordan's at school, right? So I'm the only one here. And I see the smoke rising to my room's upstairs. So I see the smoke rising upstairs. And I'm going to just sit in my bed like, I mean, nothing going on. Nothing's bothering me, right? At the current moment, nothing's bothering me. And I just continue to sit there until that small problem now becomes a big problem that I can no longer ignore, right? So it was smoke at first to signify, yeah, the shredder is quick and easy. I'm telling you, right? Boom. So the smoke was something that signified it was a problem, right? Smoke signifies there's a problem. So if there's a problem, why would I not address the problem? I'm saying that for you, in your body, there are internal things that you know that go on with you that you will never share with people, right? Certain things, smoke signals going off in your body, signs, aches and pains and discomfort, things like that, that you know are telling you your body's way of saying, hey, pause, let's go get this checked. And I know we're not always fans of the medical community. I know we're not always fans. I get it. I get it. But I'm saying this to you. A, trust doctors to do their job. But B, pray about being led to the right doctor. That's A. B, if you don't want to go see a doctor, and I'm not advocating that, if you don't want to go see a doctor, make sure you do the small stuff to fix your body, i.e., let me change what I eat. Let me change what I eat. Let me address the small things. You like, oh man, I got a headache. I need some caffeine. Why is your body so dependent on caffeine? Let me take the position like my mom would take if I was in trouble. Why would you think it's okay for your body to be so dependent on caffeine that you are like a drug addict? When you don't have it, now your body starts to convulge and give you problem signs. That means you're drinking too much caffeine. So you need to go ahead and wean yourself off, period, because that's not natural. Yeah, I ain't like that. Okay, cool. So listen, let's get to it. All right, so I shredded up, right, some chicken for both, okay? Boom, boom, boom. Shredded up chicken for both. Now, let's say you guys know I'm a sauce guy, but you could easily just make this, like, do some light mayo, throw some pickles or some lettuce. I'm gonna give you some lettuce too, but you know, just a kind of base. We're gonna make a wrap though. We're gonna make some light wraps real quick. I'm showing you this a real quick process. I would be done if I wasn't talking to you guys so much. All right, so here I shredded up in 2 bowls because I'm gonna make 2 different types. Now you guys know G Hughes, sugar-free. I've given you those numbers before. So let's say, all right, I'm in the mood for a barbecue wrap. I don't have to go to Subway, and I do not have to go to Publix, because I can do it in my own kitchen for half the price, and that will not necessarily have the price for an individual, but half the price over time. Because if I spend $25 and I can make 30 wraps, imagine what 30 wraps is going to cost you from Subway. Okay, you don't want to talk about that. Okay, cool. So listen. So we grilled this up, right? And this is, let me say this too. I told you guys this, the importance of, like, when you have time to just make protein, as I have here, when you have time to make protein, just make it and freeze it, because now the possibilities are endless. Do you guys like buffalo wraps or like a hot teriyaki wrap? Like, either way, this wrap right here, this sauce right here is 30 calories. It's got 6 grams of sugar. I can stand 6 grams of sugar for that. If we go with the buffalo sauce is 1 gram of fat and no sugar. And if I was gonna like doctor this up myself, I would thicken it up and add a little hot sauce to it and add a little. I did a meal prep for my clients with buffalo wraps this week, and so I actually made a buffalo sauce, but I don't want to I don't have time to do that right now. So we're just gonna get this quick, right? So boom. So we take the buffalo sauce. All right, I'll do a buffalo wrap. It's cool. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna pour that in there. Both of these are cool. Now you gotta be willing to kind of use your hands in the kitchen. I know some of y'all are real finicky and you don't like to use your hands. Get you a set of gloves. So now, boom, I got barbecue chicken. Essentially a pulled chicken, right? It's almost like a pulled chicken, but I'm gonna make this into a wrap. And why are wraps good? Because they're a quick and easy snack. It's grab and go. And for those of you who always love to say you don't have time, okay, well, if you don't have time, go ahead and prep the wrap. Now, you throw it in the freezer. Now you can legit just grab and go, and you got a quick and easy snack that only took you 15 minutes to make. I mean, you just think about this. If you go ahead and cook the meat, bro, you can revisit this meat anytime and get active. And then I'm gonna help you with your little crunch, because some of y'all got a little, you have to have your crunch. Like, George, I can't have this without a crunch. I know. So I'm gonna help you with that too. Don't worry, I got you in just a second. All right, so now here's what makes the wrap beautiful, because you gotta toast it, right? You gotta toast it. So now, carb balance wraps. This is 70 calories per wrap, 3.5 grams of fat. You shouldn't have a problem with that, right? These aren't the super big ones, and you'll see when I kind of roll it up. I don't want to roll this. I don't want to roll this just on the counter. Let's go here. All right, so boom. Here we go. Now, so I'm gonna make this real simple and easy. Can all y'all see that? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yes, prepping saves a lot of time. When you have downtime, prep. Like, I grilled this stuff this morning. I grilled these. I actually marinated the chicken breast Friday night, so I let them sit in a marinade. Friday night, Saturday. I marinated these Saturday morning. So they sat Saturday, Sunday, and I grilled them this morning. So the flavor is just booming in there, right? All right, so here we go. So now I got my wrap. So I'm gonna do a buffalo wrap first. So I'll come here with my buffalo chicken, right? Buffalo chicken thighs, y'all know I'm a fan of the chicken thighs. Boom. We can load that down if we want to. Let's go here and here. Now, so you may also say, well, George, now I'm going to give you some greenery too. And I try to show you guys the simplest recipes because oftentimes we get into this process and we overthink it. We make this process so much harder than it has to be. Like, it's not a hard process. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. And don't think just because you want something, well, dang, I got to go to Publix and go get this, or I got to go to Subway and go get it. No, you don't. No, you don't. You can whip this up in the house real quick. Boom. Now, got a little lettuce. We're going to sprinkle a little lettuce in there. Now, I'm not a big fan of cheese. You might be. I'm not a huge fan of cheese. So I don't necessarily have to have cheese in a wrap. So can y'all see that? Boom. So here we go. There's the wrap. We got lettuce and we got buffalo chicken. Now, let me show you how to roll this joint. Let me turn this just a little bit. So yeah, there you go. All right, cool. So y'all can see this. All right, boom. It's all in the technique for making a wrap, right? Boom, fold over. Y'all see that? Now I'm using 2 fingers to hold that down. Got it? 2 fingers to hold that down. Now I'm gonna use my thumbs while keeping my 2 fingers secure right here. I'm going to use my thumb to fold up that back end. Now I'm going to keep it all tucked in as I roll up, and I'm going to use kind of my pinkies to kind of keep tucking that in. Boom. Guess what? Wrap. Perfectly wrapped. Now, I'm going to sit that in there because what has to happen is you're going to let the pan kind of sear that. And once it sears it, it's going to provide a seal on the wrap, right? So now, while that's cooking, because we got to do 2 of these, right? Because we got a barbecue and 2. So here, same difference. I'm coming back with the barbecue. Boom. Mash that out right there. So now, guess what? Now, the crazy part is, people ask me all the time about like eating the same things. You always mess up the fold. I know, like so much of the wrap is in the fold. Like, listen, if you're not good at folding wraps, like I just showed you, and I'll show it to you again. If you're not good at folding, bro, just make some quesadillas. Just make some quesadillas. Just put all your meat and stuff on one side and fold up. Listen, fold one side to the other. Keep it real simple and slice it, right? The whole process of Mondays now for me is to show you that this is not a complicated thing. You don't have to overcomplicate this. It is very simple. Please do not overcomplicate the process, right? You always say like, well, I don't know what to cook, George. I don't know what to cook. Every week I'm dropping gems on what to cook. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you how to do this again. So you're going to fold in yet again, right? I'm folding in. 2 fingers secure the folds. Now, thumbs right here, I'm going to fold up that backside. So now 2 fingers there, thumbs, and I roll it over. Now, once I roll it over, I'm here. I'm going to tuck. As I tuck, I'm folding. Well, you see my pinkies right here? I'm folding in that excess like that. Guess what? Perfect seal again. Perfect seal. Ooh, y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? I know this sounds good, doesn't it? Let's see what we get. All right, I need a little more time. All right, so now you can check it, but one thing you want to do is allow that to get a good sear. You want to allow that to get a good sear because the better the sear, the better your seal is on. I'm trying to give you a little there. Ooh, there we go. Perfect. All right, so you want to allow that to get a good sear on that side because your sear is your seal. That's what holds your wrap together. Got it? That's what. So you don't have to go by. Look, I am using a skillet. Like I would normally do this on the stove, but I'm using a skillet, right? You don't have to go buy some fancy wrap press or some fancy bread. Listen, stay away. Stay off of TikTok Shop. Stay off of all. Listen, use what you got. It's a very simple process. Do not overthink this. The goal is simplify it. The simpler it is, the more or the better our rate of consistency is. I done got all the way of talking to y'all about signs and symptoms. Boom, look at that. I got so far away from talking, but I'm gonna get back to signs and symptoms in just a minute, okay? Signs and symptoms are listen. Signs and symptoms. We gotta pay attention to the signs. That's it. That's really it. I don't even have to go through all of the research that Brown did, because essentially what it boils down to is pay attention to what your body's telling you. Pay attention to the messages that your body's giving. Your body is not dumb by any means. Your body is not dumb. If your body is telling you something, it's telling you that thing for a reason. It's telling you that because there's a real problem there. There's a real problem there. And your body is saying, hey, listen to me. If your joints hurt, guess what that means? You may be carrying around too much weight. I'm sorry, I can't be nice about that. If your joints hurt, they are telling you we're carrying around too much weight. We weren't meant to carry all this excess weight. So it starts with pain. Guess what comes after pain? Breaks. 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 Nobody wants to have broken bones. Nobody wants to have these broken joints, broken bones, broken leg, broken ankle, broken whatever, right? You don't want that. So because you don't want that, you've got to listen to the signs. Oh, I don't know why my leg just started hurting. I don't know why my heel just started hurting. I don't know why my back just started hurting. Pay attention to the signs, right? You know the beautiful thing about the world we live in? Look at that. And we are done. You know the beautiful thing about the world we live in is that you can go on Google and you can punch in your symptoms, and Google will tell you more than likely what's going on. Oh, headache, slight pain in my lower back, this and this. Google will say, oh, well, that sounds like this and this. Check this, go see a doctor. Now, once you got that information, guess what you got to do? Act on it. Act on it. Act on it. Now I'm going to show y'all how pretty this is. Boy, look at that. That's the buffalo. That's the barbecue. Look. Yo, how simple is this? How easy is it? I don't have to go to Publix and get this. I don't have to go to Subway and eat fresh. I'm going to eat fresh right in the kitchen. Look at them joints. Look at how beautiful. Look at that beautiful sear on both sides. Come on. What are you talking about? Why do y'all make this hard? Listen, sometimes I wish y'all were like in the house so y'all could like taste it and know like I'm not gaslighting y'all. That's clutch. All right, so I got you though. So next, you may say, oh, well, George, when I eat my wrap, I always have to have chips. I need something with a crunch in it. I got you. Bing! Super blend. What's in the super blend? Brussels sprouts, cabbage, broccoli, carrots, and kale. Oh, it's going to be very crunchy, right? Real simple, real crunchy. Boom. I'm going to dump that all in the bag. I mean, in the bowl. I'm going to dump the whole bag in the bowl. Dang, boy, this wrap slap. I ain't even going to hold you. That's going to be lunch in a minute. And you could have easily put cheese in there if you wanted to. I'm just not a super huge fan of cheese. But you could have put cheese in there. Because guess what would have happened? That cheese would have gave you like a nice little melt. What did Pastor Jay say? May I have them tomorrow? Yeah, Ma. You know I'll whip you up some. Say nothing. I'll whip you up some. What you want, buffalo or barbecue? Just let me know. All right, so listen. Y'all know I'm a fan of cilantro. Cilantro is like this secret ingredient that I love. And one day I'm gonna stop telling y'all all my secrets. Certain things I gotta leave because. But I love cilantro because cilantro has so much flavor in it. Like you cannot deny. You don't believe me? Next time you make a salad in your house, add 2 things for me. Thank me later. Thank me later. Add 2 things for me. Add some fresh dill if you can get some fresh dill, or you can get the dill that's the seasoning that you keep in the cabinet. Add some dill. Ellie Cunningham, you are hilarious. Okay, so I love y'all. I love y'all. Real talk from the bottom of my heart. I promise you I love y'all. All right, so look, add some dill to your salad and add some cilantro. You will thank George later. Okay? Dill and cilantro. Add it to your salad. All right, so here we go. So you know this is your super kill. Your super crunch. I'll give you those things again. I bought this bag from Walmart. Like, again, I think this bag, Miss Smith, you love, so you know, I'm telling you, cilantro, listen to me. I bought this bag from Walmart. This bag was $3.95. This is going to, I can probably make four, maybe 5 servings off this, but I bought 2 bags. So look, I threw that in there. No seasonings necessary on this. No seasonings necessary. Got it? No seasonings necessary. Let me hit this with. I feel like it's kind of dark in here today. Yeah. All right. So no seasonings necessary on this, right? So here we're going to come with. What is this? Rice vinegar. I think I showed y'all a kind of a recipe similar to this last week, but with a different thing. So I'm going to throw a little bit of that in there. Listen, you ain't got to get crazy with it. Less is more. Remember that. A little low sodium soy sauce. Throw it in there too. Now, this is going to go right along with your wrap. This is going to be your crunch. You say you need a crunch. This is going to give you your crunch. Now, I'm going to go with a little honey. I like a little honey because it gives a little, so that vinegar has a little bit of a bitter bite to it. And so does the sodium. So the honey just kind of balances everything out, right? So now I'm just going to mix that in. And honestly, like, I would let this sit before I used it. I would like let this sit probably for like 10 minutes. So like the kale and the broccoli and the cabbage and the carrots can really absorb all of those juices and really talk and give y'all, yeah. So now you got your crunch because, listen, I'm going to let you hear it. There's nothing on in my house. I don't have a speaker. I don't even have a microphone when I do this. So listen to it. Y'all can hear from this. Y'all hear the crunch, not even a bite down. Yes, Lord. That's a simple meal. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, $25. What are we talking about? Why would you tell me you can't do this because it's too expensive to eat healthy? Is your health worth your life? That's the only question I'm going to ask. Because you don't see it as too expensive when you're pulling up at Chick-fil-A. You don't see it as too expensive when you're pulling up to any wing place that you call your favorite. You don't see that as too expensive. You don't see it as too expensive when you at brunch getting chicken and waffles. That's not too expensive. So why would it be too expensive for me to go in the store, get a little something, spend a little money, spend a little time in the kitchen, and boom? Because you see, I made 2. Let me show you what I still have left of my chicken. Do y'all know how many wraps I'm going to whip up? Now, keep in mind, let me also help you. I only shredded 2 of my chicken thighs. I still got some more barbecue left in there, but I only shredded 2 chicken thighs and I got 2 wraps from 2 chicken thighs. So it's a chicken thigh per wrap. What are we talking about here? Tell me why you can't do this. Why can't you do this? I'm not the biggest fan of buffalo, but I rock with it. Yeah, that's clutch too. Yo, tell me why you wouldn't do this. Why? Why? You want to live, right? You want to be here. You want to be healthy. How can you say you want to walk in the fullness that God has for you and you ain't going to be able to walk in it because you can't walk because you didn't want to take care of the body that God gave you? Y'all ain't like that. Okay. I apologize. Listen, I just gave you another simple recipe. 15-minute recipe, $25. You can eat off this. You can make wraps, and this could be your lunch for the next couple of weeks. Because guess what you can do? I gave you guys, I did barbecue and I did buffalo. You could do honey mustard. You could do just a regular wrap with a little mayo, throw in some pickles, some lettuce, 1 piece of bacon in there. Like, it's so many different, that's what I try to tell you guys. I give you a simple recipe that you can make multiple different ways. You don't have to just make this a standard way. For those of you that say, oh, okay, I'm so tired of eating the same things, make it a different way. My mind just feels like it got a whole new meal because it got a buffalo wrap and I ate barbecue first. Like, what are we talking about? So listen, I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Make sure you all how many grams of protein per rep. Okay, I didn't weigh this. But typically I would get my measuring cup and I would scoop it out with the measuring cup. So I may either do, depending on how big of the wraps I get, I may either go half of a cup or a full cup of meat in each one. So if I did a full cup of meat, that's cool. Or if I did half a cup of meat, that's cool too. Either way it goes, when I make these, I'm gonna eat 2 wraps. Either way it goes. So I'm gonna get my protein in there. So listen, make sure you guys pay attention. Signs or symptoms. Make sure you are paying attention to what your body is telling you. It's impossible to thrive. You want to thrive financially, but you don't want to thrive in your health. That's crazy work. Thrive first in your health. Thrive first here. This is the source. Thrive first here. Before you can go out and do ministry, you got to minister to here, this body, right? So let's take care of home. Hey, y'all be blessed. Have an amazing week, man. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. And I will catch y'all next Monday. Love y'all. Thank you. Oh, yeah.